if you're really going to grow your business, you're going to need to scale your inbound opportunities. And then you're going to need to organize and automate everything. It's simple, but it's not easy. And a lot of people, they start getting all worried and fearful. And you can't have fear when growing and scaling a company. If you were Satan, what would you do to stop someone from being successful? Number one, I would fill their mind with doubt and fear. Welcome to the Real Business Growth Summit. We wanted a name that meant what we're going to talk about, which is growing your business. Who wants to do that? Yeah. Problem is you guys all have various businesses, and it's quite literal that everybody needs probably different things, but they're always going to boil back down to, my opinion, the same three. Now, I've built and scaled several businesses, but he's built and scaled them way higher and farther than I have. So when I was talking with Will, if you guys don't know William Stern, this is William Stern, founder of Cardiff Bank. Yep.
Thank you.
And so, he was like, because he's not from this space. He's built businesses. He's kind of corporate-y, a little bit snobbish. And he's not from this space, but he's very passionate about helping people and teaching people. And like, I would tell him, like, dude, you don't spend 3 hours. It was supposed to be a 5-minute call. 3 hours later, he's still teaching and talking. He gets really organized and documented. And the more I learned about him, the more passionate I saw that he was for helping people authentically. I said, he mentioned, hey, what about these events? Because he goes to a couple of the events, and he's like, what are these? I said, dude, I don't know. He says, why don't we do one? I said, dude, I don't want to do one of those dumbass events, walk around in tight shorts and say, do something. So I said, no, if I'm going to do one, dude, I want it to be real. I want it to be a real business growth summit. And if you're really going to grow your business, in my opinion, you're going to need a couple of things. Number one, you're going to need to scale your inbound opportunities. Your opportunities have to scale. You follow me? Because if you're doing, let's say, a $5 million a year business and you want to grow and scale that damn thing, well, then you have to have more opportunities than you have. So you have to grow your opportunities. I call them opportunities. Some people call them leads. You can call them whatever you want, but it's, hey, man, I need to talk to more people. Well, if you're talking to more people, more than likely you're going to need more people, right? And if you don't, well, then you need to have better people or more capable people or more trained people. And then you're going to need to organize and automate everything. And then last but not least, you might need a little extra coin, right, to buy equipment, spend for marketing, things like that. So that's what we're going to talk about today, okay? How to grow your business. Some of you guys might be more interested in, hey, I just need leads, man. I got everything else covered. Some people might be like, hey, I don't know where to find people. I don't know how to develop people. Some people might be like, listen, I got all the business I need, but I'm disorganized as shit. That's me. You got to first get your mindset in the right place. Because, guys, it's not an easy, it's simple, but it's not easy. You're going to get your teeth kicked in. You're going to have employees steal from you, vendors steal from you. You're going to be ripped off. And a lot of people, they start getting all worried and fearful. And you can't have fear when growing and scaling a company. When you start a company, you start out very, I would say, abundantly thinking, or at least you act that way. Why? Because there's nothing to lose, man. You're going to risk it all. You're tired of where you are. You're going to do what you got to do to get where you got to get. Follow me? And then what happens is we start to get a little something, and then we start to change. We start to go, wait a minute, I don't want to lose this. I remember what it was like being broke, so I'm not going to lose this, so I'm going to start saving my money. Guys, money is a tool to be used. If you're not using the tool, it's useless, isn't it? So a lot of these business owners, they'll start cranking, and then they'll stop. Then they're running around. How do I scale my company? How do I scale my company? You take that shit in the bank called money, and you start risking it again. How many are guilty of getting a little bit scarce? Tell the truth. Quit bullshitting. Exactly. We all are. So I just want to forewarn you that the techniques and the things that you learn, folks, if you don't implement them, they're not going to work. They cost money. They take time. They take effort. Okay? And so the mindset is key. So if you own a business and you're getting ready to grow and scale it, and you take all these notes and you're willing to risk the money, you got to get your mindset right, because you might lose some. You might get ripped off. It might be this, it might be that. But I'm telling you guys, every business that I've done, and I'm sure he's had his share, that's what happened. But I wasn't afraid for some reason, because for some reason, I'm just not afraid to go broke. And I think that's an advantage of mine. I wake up every day with gratitude. My energy level goes to here, because there's a tone scale, and your energy matters. If you walk into a room and you're negative and you're worried and you're fearful, you're down here on the tone scale near anxiety and depression and confusion. Okay, if you're up here with gratitude and love and joy and happiness and certainty and confidence and all this stuff up here. And the reason it's up here is because up here is the cosmos, down here is the earth. Up here is the heavenly bodies, down here is Satan's domain. You understand?
Here's what they don't tell you. Systems are what set you free. Not hustle, not 80-hour work weeks, but systems. And on June 7th and 8th, I'm hosting the Real Business Growth Summit 2 at my headquarters in Las Vegas. And we're going to show you exactly how to build a company that doesn't need you in every meeting, every fire, and every decision. See, we've got executives from Meta, Google, Go High Level, and many more flying in to show you exactly how the biggest and best are doing. And if you're serious about your business, hit the link, because this is where real growth begins.
We are living, I don't know if you guys are religious, and I'm not real religious, but I do believe. We're living in the earthly, so the tone scale down here is what you got to get out of. You got to change that frequency. You got to get up here and live up here. It's all mindset. So just be prepared, because when you start executing, you think, man, they made it sound so easy. Okay, no, we made it sound simple. It's not easy. And if you don't adjust this, okay, you're going to quit again, and you're going to freaking come back to our next one, which we're having in March. So if you want to buy tickets, no, I'm just joking. But anyway, so adjust your mindset, okay? You got to have your mindset. One day I was typing into ChatGPT. Anybody using AI yet? Yeah, I don't know of any business that shouldn't be all over AI. So write that down in your book. AI all day long. AI, ChatGPT, there's a billion of them out there. Google's got one called Gemini. They're out there. But if you're not using it and you're not learning how to prompt it, you better start, because it can drastically help you scale your business, grow your business. Okay, but I'm messing around with it all the time. And one day I said, if you were Satan, what would you do to stop someone from being successful? And it spit out an answer. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. Number one, I would fill their mind with doubt and fear. Number two, I would distract them with instant gratification. And as I'm saying these, I get the chills, because, dude, this is what happens. So I'm thinking, damn, dude, did Satan have his hands on me? Instant gratification, okay? Number three, I would surround them with negative influence and environments. Number four, I would give them a victim mentality. So it's always someone else's fault, and it's always someone else to blame. Number five, I would keep them comfortable, because we know discomfort is actually what strengthens and grows you. Okay? Number six, I would make them think that they have to know everything, endless planning before they do anything. Folks, the universe rewards action, not potential. Potential rides the bench, dude. Talent's on the field. Action is what it requires. Number seven, I would erode their confidence. I would whisper things like, it's too risky. You don't know enough. You're not good enough. You're not qualified. Number eight, I would literally make them focus on external things, because I don't want them to look inward. Number nine, I would give them poor habits, especially health. And then number 10, I would remove the sense of urgency. Isn't that crazy? So what do we do to succeed then? Well, just, dude, reverse engineer that, okay? Start becoming a little bit more active. Adopt a sense of urgency. Start to figure out what your habits look like. Get rid of the bad ones. Start adopting good ones, okay? Eat better, work out, do things, okay? If you go backwards, external rewards, focus internal, erode your confidence, build your confidence, okay? Endless planning. You don't need to know shit. You need to go is what you need to do. You'll learn it while you get hit in the face. Right? Okay? Number 5, get out of your comfort zone. Get uncomfortable. Number 4, victim mentality. Quit blaming everybody. It's you that you got to look at, especially if you're the business owner and you're in charge. I always say upstairs, dude, I wish I knew who ran this bitch. I'd fix everything. Number 4, victim mentality. Okay? Quit blaming. Number 3, negative influence. Dude, eliminate negative people. Eliminate negative environments. Get out of the way. Number 2, instant gratification. Guys, shit takes time. It took me 20 years to build my first 8-figure company. It was like, it seemed like 90 days, honestly, but it was 20 years. Okay? And number 2, or that was number 2, instant gratification. Shit don't come overnight, folks. Don't think you're going to leave here and next week you tripled your business. It doesn't work that way. This is real business growth. It's not, nonsense. And then the last one, anybody remember the first one? Remove fear and doubt. Okay? You remove doubt by getting more certain. You get more certain by getting experience. Okay? Fear, I don't think anyone can eliminate it immediately, so I would say use it. Use that fear. If something was happening to your child, who's heard about the old lady lifting up a car? Yeah, that was me. I'm not just joking. but it's the truth. Yeah. So you get adrenaline, your body releases chemicals. Like, dude, you got to use the fear if you can't get rid of it. But I would just 100% pay attention the whole day, take notes, take things seriously, get your mindset in the right place. Because if you don't get this right, none of the stuff you're going to learn is going to make one bit of a difference. Because the first sign of adversity, you're going to quit. The first person that talks any kind of smack, you're going to quit. You have to make a decision. And that's the craziest part. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. And decision means to cut off, literally. That's what it means. Cut off any other option. Okay, if someone walks into a room and says something incredibly rude that all of you would agree, I don't blame them for being punched in the face. I don't blame them. That was rude. If someone walked in and said something rude to you and you get pissed off, ask yourself, literally, did me saying that to you get you pissed off? Or did you decide to get pissed off? What's the answer? You decided to be pissed off. You could have decided to think I was a dipshit and laugh at me and give me a hug because I'm just a poor, hurt soul. You could have decided to react differently, but you didn't. You allowed your emotions to get triggered and take over. Guys, you cannot do that. You have to control your emotions. Control your emotions. Learn to control your emotions. What if I gave you an Xbox with all the games in the world, but I didn't give you the controller? What's that Xbox worth? What are those games worth? Everyone will be like, dude, you got all the games, all the Xbox. And you say, yeah, but it's worthless to me unless you have a controller. The controller's right here. So whatever you guys learn, trust me, it's here first. Don't forget that shit when you're out there whining and crying and going, dude, I want a refund. It ain't us. It ain't us. You're getting the information, trust me. But I'm warning you, it's not easy. It's simple. Like some of the shit these guys say, it's like I feel stupid. I even ask the question, like, well, duh. Yeah. Like, damn, how come I didn't know that? But at the end of the day, I'm also fearless. I'll gamble. I'm willing to roll the dice, and I'm lucky. Okay, I'm blessed. We're too blessed to be stressed, I always say, and I feel I'm lucky. So rolling the dice, having that fearless, my mindset, my gratitude. I walk around with energy. I literally have my advantage because the second I wake up, I'm just happy that I woke up. Literally. So my gratitude is like immense the second I wake up. And then I leap out of bed like a weirdo. My wife always gets startled. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I get another day. And I'm pumped. So take that, put it into everything that you learn, and then go out and crush it. So enough of me. Let's hear from my esteemed colleague and co-host, Mr. William Stern.
I started Cardiff in 2004. I was 24 years old. I was a young man. One of the largest privately held commercial finance companies in North America. And I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was a subject matter expert. Discipline displaces motivation. The faster you can shed the motivation and don the cape and mask and cowl of discipline, the faster and further you'll get.